Well, I'm not an Ironman yet, but I'm doing my rehab at an Ironman sports center. Hello, bros. Today it's been 16 weeks that I've had my accident, and I'm actually closing phase 3 of recovery. What do I mean by phase 3? So after my accident, the first 3 weeks, I've been no activity whatsoever. The first week was at the hospital. The other two were really stuck in the wheelchair, witnessing the winter storm. No electricity, no water. So I couldn't move. I didn't do anything. Phase 1 of recovery were weeks 4, 5, and 6 after the accident. I was mainly doing therapy, so occupational therapy for my arm, physical therapy for my legs. And at the end of week 6, I was able to go in the pool for a swim, a quick 200-meter swim. Well, when I say quick, I mean in terms of distance, because it took me forever. And I was able to go on a walk with the cane, just a mile. Took me an hour, but at least 6 weeks after the accident, I was out of the wheelchair and I was trying to do things. It started phase 2. Phase 2 of my recovery were the next 3 weeks. So I still had a big chunk of my activity that was related to physical therapy for the legs and occupational therapy for the arm. Nothing too fancy. I didn't go above 3 hours of activity a week, but I was able to increase my level in walks, moving up to 12 kilometers a week, and able to increase my amount of swimming and biking as well on the spin bike. Nothing too fancy, just kicking up the 10k at once, 30k a week, and for swimming 500 meter at once and 1300 meter a week. So really purely a recovery phase at that point. Phase 2 was just trying to diversify the activity and not rely solely on physical and occupational therapy. At the end of phase 2, I was given a green light by my surgeon to start running again. I still had occupational therapy, which, as you saw in the intro, I started doing in an Ironman sports center instead of having the physical therapist come to my house. So it has been great, really a different level of therapy, really pushing the things forward. I've increased my amount of work during this phase. Like I'm now doing 15 to 20k a week, but I'm not increasing it anymore. The amount of therapy that I do, of strength training that I do, is still related to the occupational therapy. And I've tried to increase my volume of training on both the swim, the bike, and the run. The swim got affected by the recent weather in Texas this past couple of weeks. Have been terrible, so I couldn't go in the water as much as I wanted. But still, I'm reaching now the 1K in one session. I was reaching 2 weeks ago the 3,000 meter in a week. Nothing too fancy again, but slightly getting back on my feet. Same for the bike. I'm reaching 60 plus kilometers a week with 40k at once, which is Olympic distance. So that was my objective for this phase. And my main focus obviously has been the run. I did not run during the 9 weeks of phase 0, 1, and 2. So I had a lot to catch up. I already mentioned in the last video, my heart rate was lazy. But I'm increasing my weekly volume in a pretty regular way. I'm increasing my long run as well. I did a 10k today, so obviously very happy with that. Again, this is the Olympic distance target for the run. So I'm at the Olympic target. I'm at the Olympic distance target for the bike and the run. I only need to get to gain 500 meters for the swim, and I'll be there. So obviously, I'm fairly confident about the Olympic distance. This brings me to phase 4. I'm not doing an Olympic triathlon anytime soon. I have one scheduled in October. It's the Bolivar Peninsula Triathlon. But 8 weeks from now, I'm doing a sprint triathlon, and I'm doing another one the week after that. So in 8 and 9 weeks, I'm doing sprint triathlon. I don't have any worries concerning the distance themselves. Obviously, I'm already doing the distance and more in all three disciplines, so I have no worries on that. But I'm going to start properly training for these events. What does it mean, properly training? It means having dedicated speed sessions, which I've neglected completely. It means trying to have core strengthening. As I said, these past 13 weeks, the only strength exercises, workouts that I've done were legs or right arm related because of occupational therapy and physical therapy. I'm still going to continue occupational therapy, at least for the next 2 to 3 weeks. But I've been given the green light by my therapist to start doing more core strengthening. So I really need to get these abs and pecs back. I can feel that they're gone. They have melted during these weeks of inactivity. And it's affecting my swim, my bike, and my run. So I'm really eager to start, doing push-ups, abs, planks, side planks. I've been given a green light for the side plank on the right arm. So I'm going to introduce all of these back into my weekly routine, and again increase my volume. I'm at a bit more than 6 hours a week right now, which is really nothing compared to where I was in January. Of course, it's quite a lot more than 8 weeks ago or 9 weeks ago, where I was at 1 hour therapy a week, and that was it. So obviously, this is going to be a new challenge, diversifying a bit just what I've been doing, and see where I can be 8 weeks from now. So I'm going to post more, let you follow this recovery, not just into being able to achieve things, because I am obviously able to achieve this, but I need now to increase my fitness and start working towards my goal. These 2 sprint triathlons, mid-July and end of July, Bolivar Peninsula in October, and the Allman in November. These are the 4 triathlons that I will do this season, the 4 left, to try to salvage my season, have something done this year. So that's all, guys. That's the next phase of my journey to become an Iron noob to an Iron man, being stopped by a car, but stronger than steel and still an Iron noob. See you guys.